CitizenCon 2955 is now officially over. With its end, we now have access to a lot of new things that are being introduced into the verse. We have access to everything that is within the CitizenCon Goodie Pack, the Anvil Paladin, the brand new Grey Shiv, and then also the Asperia Stinger. But in today's video, we're going to be focusing on the 3 brand new armor sets that comes with the CitizenCon 2955 Goodie Pack. But hey, it's FC here, and I'd like to welcome everyone back to the channel for another armor showcase. But before we get this video started, I'd like to remind everyone that I am hosting a giveaway for a Drake Golem with LTI insurance, a Hui's puzzle box, and then a Morozov Med Life armor kit. All you gotta do in order to enter this giveaway is 1. Be a subscriber, 2. Comment on any video I upload from September 20th all the way to October 20th for a chance to enter. Other than that, let's get this video going. The first set of armor we're going to take a look at from the goodie pack is going to be the Wrecker set of armor. Now, we can't start any showcase video without that typical fried chicken seasoning, you know how it is, by reading this armor's item description. Favored by the most brutal of hunters, the Wrecker armor is a fusion of discarded metal and pilfered fabric, coupled together to offer protection while stalking prey. The payback version is spray painted with red paint and anointed with bone fragments and Vandal armor pieces. So expect there to be different color variants of this armor in the future. Right now, this is just probably like the human faction. I'm probably sure once we get to the Vandal, maybe they will have their own set of armor, or other factions in the Nyx system will have their own version as well. It's going to be a commonplace armor in the future, so keep that in mind. But let's get to the armor showcase. And that is the Wrecker set. This is heavy tier armor at that good 40%, so it should provide really good cover. I do not know about the fleshy bits where the armor is not covering, if that is accounted or not, but it is really cool looking and I can't wait to run it. Sadly, the headlights, when you turn them on, it shows as regular headlight color, but on the helmet it displays as a red color, so maybe they may fix that in the future. But yeah, let's move on to the very next set of armor. The next set of armor goes by Carrion. Now this is a medium tier armor providing 30% damage reduction, and just like the other set, let's start off by reading this armor's item description. Forged from scavenged metals and ragged clothing, the Carrion armor is a crude concoction of repurposed materials that demonstrates you'll do anything it takes to survive. The payback version is sprayed with red paint and notions with bone fragments. Funny enough, this armor actually almost has identical radiation protection as the Wrecker suit, so keep that in mind depending on which set you want to use. Obviously, you're going to have better mobility with the lighter tier armor versus the heavier tier armor. And that is the Wrecker and Carrier armor sets. In my opinion, it really is giving 100% Mad Max vibes. I'm still kind of curious where they're getting these bones from, if they're human, Vandul, or maybe they're space whale. Who knows? They got all these bones and stuff wrapped around the armor, but it's really cool. It almost also gives me that medieval vibe too. Once you swap out the undersuit to something that's more practical or good looking, it does give off that vibe, you know. Knight in shining armor that has seen battle and now is all tattered up, and he has his war trophies attached to his armor. It's all cool looking, and I can't wait to see what the actual original base variants of this armor looks like as well once it hits the PTU/PU in the Nyx system. But now let's look at the final piece of armor that is offered in the CitizenCon Goodie Pack. The next and final armor from the CitizenCon Goodie Pack is going to be the Sol 3 Aviator Flight Suit. Now, this flight suit is a lot different than last year's flight suit because the core is actually detachable, unlike last year's CitizenCon Goodie Pack's flight suit. That one is stationary, so you have a little bit of an advantage if you decide to equip and unequip the EVA pack. But let's read the item description of this aviator suit. This suit actually has 3 separate components, which means we get to read all 3 descriptions, starting with the main undersuit. Inspired by the original flight suits worn by Earth's Air Force, this replica stays true to its historic design, while incorporating modern comforts. Now for the helmet. Each of these armor sets pretty much says the exact same thing, so I'm only going to read the different parts of the actual description. Featuring a period-appropriate tinted half visor, this helmet's reproduction is not airtight, meaning you cannot wear this out into the vacuum of space because you will die from suffocation. Now, the core piece actually says the exact same thing as the undersuit, so there's no real reason to look at it, but it does provide a little bit of damage reduction, so you may stay a little safe in a small firefight. And boom, that is pretty much it. That is the showcase for all the armor that comes with the Star Citizen CitizenCon 2955 Goodie Pack. There is a lot of gems in here, especially the FPS weapons that comes along with it. I'm going to be hosting some FPS testing videos with the brand new weapons in a different video, so please stay tuned for that whenever that drops. But in my opinion, this is a solid goodie pack, much better than a lot of the previous years, just because you get so much. You get armor, you get clothing, you get guns, you get a bunch of stuff way ahead of schedule before they're released into the PU for everyone else to grab. So expect this to be only tied to the actual CitizenCon Goodie Pack for a few months before anyone else can get their hands on it in the PU whenever it drops. But let me know down below in the comments if you happen to pick up the CitizenCon 2955 Goodie Pack. In my opinion, it's totally worth the money. These FPS weapons are just absolutely ridiculous. I'm enjoying it. Let me know down below in the comments if you're enjoying it. But please don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Please slap that like button so more eyes are able to see the biggest bird in the verse. But you guys already know who it is. It's FC, aka Fried Chicken. Big Bird out.